Halo, selamat datang di channel YouTube Lose Ferdi. Hari ini Lose akan highlight beberapa momen penting terkait Axie Con hari pertama yang mungkin penting untuk teman-teman yang baru kenal Axie Infinity, belum tahu apa itu game Axie Infinity, dan masa depannya ini kira-kira bakal seperti apa. Dengan ini Lose juga ingin ingatkan teman-teman yang mau melakukan transaksi di marketplace Axie Infinity bisa menggunakan Lunacia code dari Lose Ferdi dengan cara pergi ke account setting dan ketikkan kodenya Lose Ferdi, kemudian tekan save. So, tanpa panjang lebar lagi, mari kita saksikan video Lose yang satu ini. Let's check this out.
Hello everyone, and welcome to Axie Con. I'm Zayori. I am the program lead for esports and content creators. I have a pretty fun job at Axie Infinity.
Being in Web 3 and being a content creator is honestly a lot different than Web 2. In a Web 2 game, I feel like it's a lot more cold. Like you meet a lot of people, but the relationships just aren't as close.
Just like many of you, I started out as an Axie community member, first and foremost. And when I joined the project, it had a feeling that the community was being actively engaged.
These are our first 5 town builders. So when you come, you participate, and as you participate and do things, that creates value, and that's what allows the ecosystem to grow. Once we start identifying those contributors, we want to establish some councils, which are made up of those contributors. We see that final stage is the full treasury being governed by a number of these councils and individuals who are contributing. The town builders selected these 7 community members. We're really excited to announce that in October, we intend to give a Ronin-based NFT credential to all contributors. This is the premiere that's the graphic art of the NFT that you see in front of you, thanks to the art team at Sky Mavis.
I wanted to start at the beginning with Web 2 games. We had some amazing games in the Web 2 world. We had, the Fortnites, the Minecrafts, the Hearthstones of the world, and the model was quite simple. So you have a game, and it gives you some sort of, intrinsic value. But what these games did not have as much of was ownership. And so with these games, you had limited ownership over the assets you got. You couldn't sell most of them. You couldn't buy from other people. You couldn't trade them. If you tried to sell them in gray markets, you might get banned. If you did something wrong, you can have your assets wiped, and it was all on one server, so the developers could basically do what they wanted. And this is all changing. So with the blockchain, we now have player-owned assets. And so with decentralized blockchains, we unlock immutable ownership of your digital assets. So we started with play to earn, and then we went to play and earn. And to grow sustainably in the future, we are finally going to land on play and own, and to really focus on the ownership aspects.
So yeah, we started YGG in 2020. Now we have our different sub-DAOs representing different areas of the world: Southeast Asia, India, LATAM, Brazil, Japan, Korea, and Turkey is coming up as well. We've invested in assets of over 40 games, and yeah, it's been a fun ride since then.
Live operations at a core level is to enable the game to always feel fresh and exciting for players every single day. So what is an event? Basically, an event is a way to have additional gameplay and fun challenges for more rewards. And everyone loves more rewards, of course. Why are live operations important? So the first thing is they're going to provide novel challenges. So human beings tend to get bored doing the same thing over and over. So it's fun to constantly have new challenges going on and new competition, of course. Speaking of, so competition. Obviously, the seasonal leaderboard is a huge reason to play Origin. It provides a ton of competition. But imagine if we had mini events along the way. So we have a weekend event, or we have a week-long event. Now you've got a different competition going on while you're still focusing on the whole 60-day competition, of course. And then, of course, the main goal is to make this as fun as possible. We just want Origin to be absolutely fun. We want the events to be fun. We want the season to be fun. So we really want to enhance this. Contests are going to utilize off-chain and on-chain activities to inspire logging in more, burning resources, increasing competition, and most importantly, having fun. In this one we're looking at, it says you can breed a plant Axie, and that'll give you 20 points in this example. You can release a plant Axie for 15 points, or you can win a battle with a plant in Origin for 2 points. So in this one, the players earned 156 contest points. Okay, so they've gotten past the second tier. So you can see they can claim the first milestone, which is 50 moon shards in this example. They can also claim the second milestone, which in this example is 500 moon shards and 50 SLP. The leaderboard, you should expect to find similar rewards as contests, but probably more of them, because usually the leaderboard's more competitive, so it's more natural to find more of something. And you can see here in the example, our friend Jeff Cam, aka Shade, is at the top of the leaderboard, but he would claim those rewards, assuming he finished first place, obviously, when that ticker hit 0.
Where do you see Axie assets being used in 10 years from now?
I think onboarding the world to Web3 via gaming is something incredible, and I think it's something that's going to bring a lot of people enjoyment, and it's going to solve a hell of a lot of problems in the world. So yeah, super bullish.
So there's some land items there being placed that some of you might own out there.
Real money, I think, has always affected video game design, but in the past it was sort of hidden. It was endogenous, which is to say that the real money market dynamics were absorbed into the system recursively, programmed by these like centralized megacorpos to funnel all the value back to themselves. What happens with crypto gaming, I think, is that it brings those market dynamics out into the open and funnels the value back to those that create the value, hopefully resulting in better games for everyone.
We want to encourage more than just money making and profit. Axie Infinity is also about, collecting, competition, and community. This one's a little bit of a personal goal, but I want to be the best marketplace in Web3. We're working on offers. This is a highly, highly requested feature. There's so many viable Axies out there that are not listed, and there's just no way to reach out to people to purchase them. We've partnered with MoonPay to bring the ability to make purchases on the marketplace with your credit card. We're going to put app.axie into Mavis Hub, and you'll be able to do anything that you can do in the browser.
Axie is the #1 NFT project of all time by volume. Together, we've racked up over 4 million downloads for the Ronin wallet. There are over 2.2 million unique Axie holders, and the Ronin chain has over 750,000 unique monthly addresses associated with Axie smart contracts. I'm happy to announce to the world that just a few days ago, we officially crossed 1 million downloads for Axie Infinity Origin. So in Season 0, we've seen 43 million SLP earned. And we've seen 155 million SLP burned. It's still too early to declare victory, but we're seeing that the system that Phil and Vince and the Origin team have crafted is working. Season 1 will be our biggest season ever in terms of Access leaderboard rewards. We've also, from community feedback, done a little bit of tuning where there's more differentiation between 1,000, 5,000, 10,000, and 20,000 on the leaderboard. And here we have a level 2 upgraded beast and an upgraded aquatic.
And now for the good news. Over time, we have been working with law enforcement, but we don't say too much about it because, of course, it's a very sensitive subject. So, last time we discussed, you heard that $5 million had been frozen. Now it's up to $30 million frozen by law enforcement. And what this means is that this money will be directly deposited into the Axie Infinity kind of treasury where it was taken from.
This money laundering leveraged over 12,000 distinct addresses to launder these funds as of now. It's a very sophisticated hacking enterprise. The funds are moving rapid fire through over 12,000 distinct wallets. We're watching that as it happens, and the fight continues, and we have eyes on these funds at all times. The community is very, very invested and focused on getting these funds back and stopping this threat actor from cashing out these funds and continuing to terrorize the community.
I'm Cloud White. This here is Arctic. We got Chuck and we got Freak, and we are the OGs from 2018. So I thought it'd be kind of fun. Thank you.
When the 2017 bull market really was picking up, I think it was December, I re-entered the space, and I became really interested in utility tokens. I think that was like one of the biggest narratives in 2017. Just randomly scrolling through Reddit, I came across Axie Infinity. And I then very quickly, I went to the website and immediately fell in love with just the Axie image, these 3 cute mascots, Ginger, Puff, and Kotaro. And I think that same day I bought my first Axie, and then pretty quickly I bought 2 more.
I had just bought some Ethereum and was playing a game called CryptoKitties, sort of like the founders of Axie. And out of nowhere, Jiho tells me this story like, hey man, I'm here about this game that's really cool. It's called Axie Infinity. And at the time, there was a lot of projects coming out, but I was like, oh, I didn't pay attention to it for the first few weeks. But he's like, he messaged me on Discord again. He's like, hey, this is really good. Like, people actually like these things. And I gave it a second look and joined their Discord. And basically, I was hooked on the idea that it was cool to have like a PFP or like a picture of something as a collectible, but it was better to have something that you actually could play a game with.
Yeah, so I think I was in cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, since 2011, and I was actually quite the Bitcoin maxi until probably 2017 when CryptoKitties came out. After playing CryptoKitties for a while, we learned that like Dapper Labs, who is the creator of CryptoKitties, they didn't really develop the game much, so when Axie started, it was kind of like what we were looking for. It's something exciting. They were creating new content, and it was just innovative for us. Like the art really got me. It was really silly. You got like balloons and sandals sticking on the back of Axie. So that's not for everyone, but I enjoyed it. Yeah.
Speaking of Coco, I should shout him out quickly and say, if it wasn't for him, I could honestly say I probably wouldn't be here today.
I don't think any of us would be
probably
here
none
today.
of us. Actually, none of us would be sitting here.
I believe Coco bought almost half of the original Axie pre-sale. So without his contribution there and his conviction, his foresight, I don't think any of this would have been possible, because 2018 and 2019, the depths of the bear market got pretty low. So without him, I don't think we'd be here.
That was actually like a red flag for me in the beginning, in the early days when Coco owned all of half the assets, right? I was like, you got one guy in control of all this stuff. It's a little shaky. Like, you got the economy depending on one guy. But, I mean, he's proven throughout the years that he's taken that responsibility and used it well, right? Yeah. And he's been very generous throughout the years. I mean, he's given away tons of Axies, tons of mixed sticks, land, right? So without him, I don't think Axie would be where it is now.
Itulah dia highlight dari Loso Verdi terkait Axie Con hari pertama. Bagi teman-teman yang suka dengan video ini, silahkan tekan tombol like, subscribe, hidupkan loncengnya supaya jangan ketinggalan video-video Loso selanjutnya. Dan juga jangan lupa share video ini supaya teman-teman yang lain juga paham apa itu game Axie Infinity dan bagaimana masa depannya. Sekianlah video Loso hari ini. Loso tutup dengan sebuah salam. Salam Wuhu, because it's Wuhu time. Dadah!